Hi, I'm Lynn Brunelle, and I'm the author of Haiku, Ew, celebrating the disgusting side of nature. I decided I needed to write a book about haiku because haiku itself traditionally is this beautiful 5-syllable, 7-syllable, 5-syllable, 3-line poem that celebrates the beauty of nature. And not all nature is beautiful. There's some really kind of interesting, fascinating, curious, disgusting things in nature. And I thought that was sort of a valid thing for kids to learn. I came up with the book. I was waiting to meet my cousin under the great blue whale that hangs from the ceiling of the Museum of Natural History in New York City. And I got there first, which I never get there first, but I got there first and I was waiting, and all the displays at the bottom were kind of covered with dust. And I thought, oh, it's like being in someone's basement. It hasn't been cleaned for a while. But then I read the signage and it was beautiful. It was beautifully written. It was about how like the bottom of the ocean is kind of a disgusting place with all the, dead skin cells and fish poop that falls to the floor. And I thought, oh, ew. And I was like, yeah, I know. It's like a haiku ew. So that's how the idea of haiku ew came about. I'm sort of a voracious reader. I love anything about animals and ecosystems and environments. And so I find the most amazing facts about animals, and I kind of keep them in my head. I love weird and interesting, fascinating pieces of information in nature, not just because they're weird, but if they're weird and then they have a reason for being weird. That's my favorite thing. I love that. I think it's wonderful. I was asked what my favorite disgusting thing in haiku was, and I have to say it's hard to pick because I think it's all gross and cool. But I grew up in Maine, where a lot of lobsters are fished for in the waters off of the coast of Maine, and I did not know that lobsters pee out of their eyes, and that's how they communicate with each other. And that is fascinating to a girl from Maine. So I would have to say that probably is my very favorite one, because it makes me really glad I'm not a lobster. Learned last week that a little animal called the slow loris, which is a primate, it's tiny little, sort of looks like a little tiny cute bear monkey thing with huge eyes and sweet fur, and it seems defenseless. It's little. It could be like the chicken McNugget of the jungle, like everything would hunt it, but it has this interesting defense mechanism, which is really cool and disgusting, which is that it squirts toxic chemicals out of its armpit. I love that. And if it squirts these toxic chemicals out and it doesn't hit the person who's attacking or the animal that's attacking it, the slow loris licks its armpit, and there's a chemical reaction that goes on with the saliva and the armpit juice. And then if the slow loris then licks the attacker will die of anaphylactic shock. That's just fascinating to me. Defense mechanisms, but there's a whole world there. So by no means have I exhausted the disgusting. There are more and more and more wonderful things out there. If I have any advice at all to give to young readers, I say follow what you're interested in. Follow that curiosity. Always keep that curiosity. Learn the technique. Learn how to write a sentence, learn how to spell, do all those things. Read everything that's out there that interests you. And then when it comes to time to telling a story in your voice, just use your voice, because the world hasn't heard it yet. It's yours. And the world hasn't heard your ideas yet because they're yours. And so that would be my advice. The other thing is, as a writer in this world, you hear the word no a lot. But here's the thing to remember, just got to be resilient. No means maybe you can polish your idea better. And it also, it's good to keep in mind that you can hear 100 no's. All you need is one yes.